Oh, so now it's fucking live. Now it's fucking live. Okay, kept up with that stuff, so that's now it's fucking live. I can hear myself. I was like, that's fucking great. That's fucking hilarious. Okay. I'm assuming those would be the fucking... I mean, I'm not using the Hyper S, but... Okay, let's set the Hyper S and we'll find out when we get in there. Because we can easily launch this and then worry about that afterward. Because, to be honest, I don't have the patience. I gotta scratch my nose and I gotta reach up in there. You think I would have picked an easier mask to deal with? Okay. Somebody said they patched this, but I don't think so. Okay, so it does pick the audio up. Let me arise. You'll have to forgive me on my semi-blindness. Okay. Let's plug the old phone in. Come on, plug in, Jesus. Jesus, tap dance, Christ. Let's move this out of my face so I can actually see a bit better. Lest I'm fucking even more blind than I am now. This mask is, good, but it is the helmet of blindness. Okay.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever
Not
seen.
lying, the face is kind of weird
You should
looking
put some
in the
coffee
remastered
on.
version.
It'll warm you up.
Yeah, let's put some coffee on, bitch. God, my fucking nose is still itchy. And this is obviously a reference to, you know, Max Payne, which is great. Where's my fucking TV? Somebody steal that shit? I guess writers don't watch TV. Let's put some of that coffee on.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks.
Put some of that coffee
I'll
on.
need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Yeah, you go deal with that. I'm gonna go over here.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it.
Yes.
I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Go to Alice? I think not.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the third day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
Hear the police sirens. Huh. Bathroom definitely looks much bigger. Definitely looks much bigger. Still says Alex Casey. Kind of disappointed. I was hoping maybe they got the rights back down. The Max Payne, I was looking. It's like, please,
Oh,
God.
hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Will they perform
Oh,
right
really?
now?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Oh, well, I guess that's just stole my joke. Because it already fucking elaborated on that. Classy.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Hey!
Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Give me a second, bitch. I got this.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry.
Just beaming her in the eyes.
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know?
Hopefully they patch
It
some of
gets
this
to
stuff,
me.
I
Though.
love you.
Like, the problem is, I think
Tell me a
it's a lot of
story,
graphical
writer.
anomalies.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad,
Definitely
my
Jason
mom gave me
Voorhees
this
can
old
barely
light
see out of
switch.
this.
She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Because the cops. The present day.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Spooked.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock.
Concussion.
You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it
Get
then.
himself one of them Billy
Sarah,
Basses.
Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Okay. I don't remember if there's any collectibles in here. There probably is. I think there's one outside. I know that. Have you seen this man disappear on 6/20/07, identifying features, knack for winning contests? This mask is scratching my nose.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now. Very good. I'll
How's it
come
going,
back
guys?
later on to remind you, just in case.
I'm a fucking champ. A reigning
Mr.
champ.
Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Leave me alone. I want those thermoses.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
I think the face needs a little bit of work there. Needs a lot of bit of work.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr.
Alice
Wake.
was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
Well, I am ready to leave everywhere but to the office. Okay, so I got the one fucking container there.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
It's no longer a Motorola.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
Graphical novel.
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back
See,
lot.
after the cutscene,
There's a hole in the fence
graphics
on
go
the
nuts
left.
on that
Look
screen.
inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Hey,
Of course, Mr. Wake.
Hey, can you
Back there
turn
through
the
the
light?
corridor.
The light's on! The deputies... Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was.
It's the devil.
It was a goddamn space alien!
Okay, that was gonna be the devil.
I know it sounds like something that a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Well, you're drunk now. I'll see you later.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
I told him, oh yeah, well, I don't hear.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Aha! Give me your little thermos.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get here. I know it's exciting. It's a big day.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife? Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
There's a copyright strike right there.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite.
Like
If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Get him out. White Cross, baby. There's my man Barry. Let's get his mocap.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler.
There we go. Look
his
at Barry's
agent.
face.
If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me.
And
you
yokels
yokels won't know what hit you once I stick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done.
Played,
I'm all right. I don't want to press
Max
charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
It's kind of funny that almost all the old cast to get a Fred
Get me
Berman
out of here.
and James McCaffrey. It's hilarious.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
It's kind of like he should be played by Wayne Knight. If they ever do a live action, Wayne Knight.
I had to talk to someone. I
Perfect
told
for
Barry
that.
everything. He thought I
Because he
was
has the same
certifiable,
quirky
but when he heard about the
mannerisms.
manuscript, I had him.
Ticks.
The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Yeah, they actually improved the facial animations like a motherfucker on
Barry,
Barry.
you found him.
Barry looking
Wow,
sick
I
as
was
hell.
just thinking about you too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the
I
balcony.
mean, Wake's eyes
looking
are a little
after
bit
Max.
off, but I don't know if that's
Poor
because
thing.
if that's what Miki Vili
I
or
really
what
need to
his
go.
name is, looks
Great
like.
to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later.
Miki Vili.
Who's Max?
Oh, we know who Max is. It's fucking Max.
What an
Payne.
airhead.
Jeez,
I'd come
Mr.
here to
takes
rent a cabin
swing at
where I could
everybody.
wait till midnight.
This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl, and more
If I
importantly,
remember, there's actually
a
an
fan.
achievement linked with those things too. The items of interest or the points of interest like that. I mean, if it's anything like the Xbox 360 version.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
Yes.
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice,
Do you
and everything's just...
understand what it
Wait
sounds
here.
like when you say stuff like that?
Easy there, boy. I'm
Max,
almost
he's
done.
in pain.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
Shit,
Actually,
man, my
I'm sorry
God,
about
it's a
this.
hand job.
Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
That's okay. I seen Bucktooth Charlie. I know what he looks
Al, you
like.
can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing...
Wait here.
You hit.
I mean, the FOV sliders, like I said, are a fucking godsend on this version of it. Because I remember originally it was very claustrophobic.
And
because
here
the game
are
was
the
designed
keys.
with the Xbox
Okay,
360
you're all set,
in mind,
Mr. Wake.
And the other one was
Glad to
a
have you
port
staying here.
rather than an
Thanks.
actual.
Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure.
Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out? It's working. Ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry.
Barry, you better shut your mouth before I fuck you up, Barry.
This is crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Oh, Snivels Barry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Somebody's getting raped in the snare, and it's not gonna be me. Just gonna say. Thermos here. Let's get some of those batteries that are no longer. You know, save some of that electricity, Barry. I know it's dangerous, but. You know what? You can bury the lights. Oh. Control the same light. Barry, I'm coming, buddy. Barry, help me. Might as well check out here, you never know. Yeah, see, there's a thermos outside. Those fucking slick bastards. These are the type of games you have to check everything twice.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit.
I just have a gun, like Barry's not even like questioning this shit.
Walk through the door now.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
It should. Oh yeah, I forgot when it does that you have to start. Wait, you can drive the car here?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented.
I was like, wait, what? I thought you don't drive cars till
till
later on.
And it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them.
I jumped
and they
straight
had
off the
Alice.
fucking peak. Jump straight off. I think we can take this off for now because there's nobody in the stream, so it's not going to be really funny as much as it's obnoxious. Okay. Let's plug the other headphones in. If anybody comes in, wants to see the mask, more than welcome to. Damn it! I just went in a fucking circle. I guess I could bring the microphone closer to my face too. Pat Mena. It's kind of funny how nobody in this game has a Maine accent. Pat Mena sounds like a Mena. I know there's something here as a manuscript page, remember, but...
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson.
Revolver ammo. Ooh.
Parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. Oh. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us.
Keep forgetting you lightly hold the
huh?
right trigger. You can aim without using the flashlight
exactly
beam.
That. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
It's the tuna. Oh. The tuning. Nothing out here. There's the swing set. Tire set. Swing, I mean. Not a swing set, but rather a tire set. I mean, this is sort of a good light game to kick off the Halloween season anyway. I mean, it's fucking Alan Wake. I mean, I played it once, I believe. I mean, I played this game multiple times. I think I've bought so many iterations of this friggin' game. I might as well have stock in the company. Any other company, I would probably say they can suck a, suck an egg, but, you know, Remedy's one of those companies where... Night Springs.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Especially in Night Springs.
Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Night Springs. You gotta love the little homage to the Twilight Zone. It's like it was almost like when Max Payne 2 came out. and you track down every episode of Address Unknown, and you just watch them because it was, it was kind of cool that somebody actually spent the time to. These are fucking super angry little bastards. Exploration. Do not feed the wildlife. What about shooting them when they attack you? Rose and Rusty.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Because she wants Alan. She wants fucking Alan. She doesn't want to settle for no bastard bumpkin from he's bumfuck Tennessee. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually not from he's bumfuck Tennessee. He's not a bumpkin. Just wanted to put that disclaimer out there.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Just the way it was on that page. I should have gotten some main voice actors, because I believe this takes place on the East Coast, but it would have been a lot more homey.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Rusty, damn.
Rusty, hang on!
Oh God!
I'm coming!
Please, help me!
Don't worry, we'll help you in a second, Rust. Rusters.
Anybody? Help me! Help me!
There's just some things you never forget, like the location of certain thermoses.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone. The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Okay, I'm coming. Jesus Christ, Rusty. You're only dying there. I'm just making sure all my angles are covered, Rusty. Ow.
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Yeah, I'll help you in a second. I'm just kind of getting a look around here. Always before a cutscene.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew.
I mean, Rusty's face
So
definitely looks heaps
dark.
better in the cutscene.
It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty.
Well, give him the
Hang
flashlight.
on.
I would have left him with
I'll
the
be right
flashlight.
back.
I'll be right back, Rusty.
Whatever did this
Instead, what do I do? I take
Rusty
the fucking
had found
revolver.
a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
I take the only chance of survival Rusty has. And I just fucking leave him there. I'm like, hey, sorry, Rusty. I'll go get the power back on. I'll take the flashlight with me, too. What a nice guy, Alan. What an absolute fucking prince.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was
That's
safe
one thing I like.
was
I
to
like
get the
that
power
look
running
is,
and the lights back
mapped
on.
to the flashlight. So I'll go check that out as soon as I check back here. Ah, thermos. See, I told you. The crafty little bastards. I know I probably missed some, but... Which is kind of worse, though, because when you do it through the first playthrough, you have to remember after you're done, if you want to, if you're looking for the achievements, to actually remember every single one you got, which is not possible.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
He was safe. What the hell time is it? 2:35. I'll have to go count my ones later. I'm going to deposit that in the bank before. Okay. Catch up.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty! I don't have Rusty alive.
The ground was covered with flaming patches. It looked like liquid darkness.
I just need hunting licenses.
Come on. Ow.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Whatever's left of Rusty is probably out there.
Don't feed the animals.
Fishing! For those visitors who purchase a park license. Obey! At all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
No
Never.
road closer than 100 yards.
Two bears and wolves never approach any other closer than...
He stops at
Pets must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave your
Pet unattended.
It is
against the law
to remove any
natural objects
or historical objects from the
shield.
This includes even
rocks.
You may.
Or
even simple berries.
Yeah, Unreal achievement, finally. It's the first one I've seen, I think. Winner, winner. Alan Wake dinner. By God. Giant walked. I'm gonna see if I can go over the side. Over the top. Answer the phone, Alan.
What? What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
I mean, would they even bother, knocking? I mean, Alan? Supposed to be the writer.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Oh, Rusty. My man, Rusty. Hike and trail. Okay, we can do that. This game came out around the same time that, Red Dead did. But I'm almost certain this game has probably made more money in its entirety than Red Dead has made.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
I'm probably sure that would change if they re-released Red Dead, because I'm sure people would buy that shit game again. Lover's Peak. Moonshine Cave. Lucrative bootleggers. The legs o' boots. Finders Keepers achievement. I wonder what for. Okay. So there's nothing in the cave other than that. It's always good to make sure because, I mean, I don't think I have any inclination or intention to play this a second time. I might, just to listen to it with a new commentary that Sam Lake did for it, but I'll probably play that by myself. I mean, I'm kind of one of those, you know, bums. I'm the kind of bum that'll, like, you know, turn commentary on DVDs. Might seem stupid, but, you know, if you really like movies, you like filmmaking, it's an essential must. My God. That was it? That shotgun only had one fucking bullet? Oh, I should've used my damn, flare. Which one would count as... Lover's Peak is that way, okay. So we don't want to immediately go to Lover's Peak if we can avoid it. Just in case there's something hiding on the outskirts. And believe me, oh dear, but you'll find that out later on, that later in the game, Remedy does hide some of the thermoses on the outer parts of the tree lines. Not like ridiculous like this, but I'm paranoid, but they do later on put some, and you know, a red chair sitting out overlooking some crap. Lover's Peak was that way, so we don't want to go to Lover's Peak just yet.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated. But she really tried to help. She was smart, too. Knew a lot about what was going on in the town. Knew a lot about Al. Even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
Barry and I rarely saw eye to eye there. We was always at unequal footing there. Yeah, whoop. Ah, that sounds like demon sounds. I know I'm technically not going the right way, but I want to look around more thoroughly. I mean, some of this game has changed. I mean, obviously the fogging effect is a little bit better. The lighting is more pronounced. The faces are corrected. Believe me, in most senses, is actually a good thing. I mean, it's not like the graphics were bad before, but, you know. I'm on the normal setting too, so it's a little bit harder to put down. Thankfully, I haven't died yet, but... My nose just keeps getting fucking itchy. Roll out, Autobots. I mean, I'm wasting precious resources by going to these Ow! I got that Dark Souls level dodge. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Checkpoint? Ammo, manuscripto pages, axe, questions were axed, and answers were given.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
You gotta admit, like, the story that's written underneath is well written. They could have put easily been just a novel by itself. I mean, people gave this game shit when it came out, because I remember the game stores like GameStop made fun of me because I said, well, why is Red Dead 60 and Alan Wake like 30? And they're like, well, we all know what the better game is, and I laughed at that because I thought, well, Red Dead's a game you played and you kind of forget about it. At least for me. Fast reload, my boy. The fuck are the thermos? There's gotta be a thermos out here. I haven't seen one in a while. That makes my ass sense something's going on. There's definitely nothing up here. Then again, I don't think you would hide a thermos out in this angle anyway. What would be the point? It'd be like nothing out here. Ba black sheep through tree. Okay. Dates from 1846, the year of the Oregon Treaty. There's my little thermos. I don't even know how many I have, but it can't be that many. That was it? Nothing down here? Oh, well, I guess the sign. The sign basically, you need to kind of view them to get an achievement. Because I have a feeling they just recycled a lot of the achievements over to, yeah, jump over the rock there, Alan. Alan, over the rock. Okay, so I'm missing 2 pages.
Agent Nightingale
Probably
didn't
more.
want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and
You can tell it's a
smiles.
reference to Dale Cooper.
He desperately
Dale
wanted to
Cooper
turn
loved
the car
trees, he
around
loved
and
the
just
coffee.
drive until he passed out or ran out of road.
He's like the
and
reverse
boozed.
Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks.
But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Oh, the fucking door just... the door just gave me a right cross. Thank you, door.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff.
Here,
The flares will keep the bastards away.
Flashlights, kid stuff. Well, yes, but can you carry that many flares?
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move. Why? Because that's the way the story goes. Yeah, but... Let's move! I lost my gun back there. Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up!
We good, Mott? We good, boy? Let's go. Shoot, Mott?
That's right! Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake. Are you kidding? Give me the gun! No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it!
Shadows! This is how it's gonna be.
A little longer! Scare them off! Get some light on those bastards! That'll keep them off us!
Just barely, Mott.
Just a little longer! I almost got it! Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it.
Mott, they're attacking!
Already gone! Nailed it! Oh, you feeling better now, Wade? All cozy and safe.
Kind of condescending asshole.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Entering Lover's Peak. Thermos.
This is it, Wake. A last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming. Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
Yeah, there's only one gun, Wake.
Go. Get with the program, Wake. That's what I got for you!
I like how when they're throwing the axe. Now that I remember it. What are you doing? Get him on! He's just waiting for us. What a nice guy.
That's right. See? Nothing to it.
Oh, graphical anomaly cutscene.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her mouth.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry.
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
At least I got a gun.
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Always be paying attention for them little glow-in-the-dark blips. It kind of sucks that we don't have, we didn't get American Nightmares, which I have a feeling that Epic is already, as we speak, financing American Nightmare. Like, there's no way they're not. Because I can see
On
how
more
this
than one
does.
occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
I'm not afraid of it. Don't worry, Wake. Just making sure. I just throw myself off the cliff. I'm done. Okay, we've seen them there, but I always make it a point to wander out a bit if possible. I mean, they're not that much of a crook to hide the thermoses outside of the thing. It only happens like way later in the driving sequences. I think they put one out on the side of a cliff, which you wouldn't see unless you walked out towards.
What the hell?
Oh god.
Rusty had warned me about these traps. It hurt like hell. I was stuck.
I can almost imagine if you get your foot caught in one of those traps, it probably would be... I thought maybe I could disarm it. It's a bear trap. I almost thought it was a manuscript page. It's like, yeah, manuscript. Oh, those are not manuscripts. manuscript pages. Jesus, what the fuck is this place? Why does it get so many bear traps? It's supposed to be a national park. I swear there's an achievement linked to those, but I don't remember. Ow! You absolute bastards, all of you. Shit. A soft little shove. Let's get the fuck out of here. I was definitely an NPC walking. Thermos. Manuscript page.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
That's when you heard the chainsaw, because that's always the case with most stuff. Hey, the hunting rifle, finally. Hunting rifle's not that bad.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen down, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Okay. Oh. Of course. Cumbersome situation. Where was it pointing to? It says arrow. I don't think it's inside a plane. What the fuck does that mean? Haha, that's what it was. Shows how long ago I played this. Okay. Some flares. Got a hunting rifle. Found the supplies. Good. Let's get the hell out of here. I'll probably play this on Nightmare when I do when I listen to the commentary track version. Rock'em sock'em, baby. Wow, stop hitting me in the fucking head. Where is he? Choke on it. Ah, the old lumber mill. The old sawmill. Yeah, that's right. Let's take my name is Get the Fuck Out of Dodge. Well, Alan's the one person I know that can move like completely 360 while in the air. Page.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Well, that's weird, isn't it? It's mighty weird. Weird. was that? Okay, just making sure. Ah. I think I got all the pages in this one. Oh, I'm still missing some pages. Oh wait, I think you get some pages in the Nightmare. Yeah, but not all of them.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Thermos. Oh, the ladder. I didn't even fucking see it.
Beware of Widowmakers!
Darkness wears. Okay, one bullet, save the last round for yourself. Somehow picking up a second rifle.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the Taken. No natural path had brought them here.
It's a good thing I didn't stream this on fucking Twitch. I mean, I would have probably gotten more traffic, but I can't imagine the copyright issues. Up or right? You're not gonna rush that, are you? Grand shot.
hazardous occupation.
Literally dance the song. To this fucking song and dance routine. Man, the way Wake wrote on the page, I almost thought they were gonna fucking... It was gonna slaughter me. But it didn't. Because I'm too fucking good. That is campgrounds. There's probably no thermos out there because that would be nuts.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
Barry, I'm coming.
Crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on. I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
There's the thermos. Manuscript page.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Sounds like my daily routine. Just stumbling. It's really hard to see inside of these areas because the flashlight is like a real flashlight.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies.
Sounds like they're explaining Halloween 2018.
You can harm on nature and yourself.
You're gonna jump at a man, out at a man coming out of the toilet? I don't think so. You heard him a second ago, stay true to yourself. That's definitely not staying true. I'm pretty sure there's no thermos here, but as I said before, always check. They're not really that important, but for me they are. It's time to go save Barry Bravissimo. Let's go. This is really finally let me drive. My instinct was correct. I mean, the great part about it is they don't reflect us too much out of it. Most games will just shit in your face. This much power should not belong to one man. I was about to say, give me some of them flares, baby. Come on, Mr. Wake. Those cans are an achievement. Let's get in this SUV. Stronger than that. Thermos. There's a manuscript page down here too. Yeah, I'm still here.
There was no misunderstanding. Cauldron Lake was where Alice and I had stayed, but there was no cabin and no island. I was missing a week. What had happened to me? What had happened to Alice? I had to get her back. I couldn't face life without her.
I think there'd be an achievement for that. Now let's go back to the thermos. I keep trying to tap A because I keep thinking about the Grand Theft Auto and fucking Red Dead 2 tapping A. Like, come on, run faster. Okay. So I think it's safe to say I could have kept my car. But it is safe to say that we can get ourselves another car. visitor center. Nothing in there. I mean, we've already been in here anyway, so I don't think it would put two items in the same block, but...
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
I like how they have to tell you that. I'm just like, you know... I've already been up here, but let's go check it out anyway. Alan's out of breath. What can I say? Do 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 do.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need... a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
You get me? You fucking get me. I was hoping maybe there'd be like something hiding around here. Suddenly, we're somewhere around Barstow when the fucking drugs began to take hold. I remember saying something like, "I'm feeling lightheaded, maybe you should drive." Suddenly, there was a terrible roar all around me.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Barry, you fucking absolute bird magnet. Seems like an insult now, you absolute bird magnet.
Ow! Ow! I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
door now.
Yeah, we got rid of
They're
those
gone.
bastards.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
You're welcome.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old dear diner.
Good girl.
Not that I know anyway, so I can't get monetized.
Come here. Pretty please. Can you tell me where I am? You won't you say something?
End of episode 2.
I need to get my bearings.
And then we'll basically leave
Previously
this
on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
It's episode 2.
Alice?
I don't want to play it all once because I don't want to fucking play
I
it.
can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, the killer! You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
Okay, so that's that. We'll close off the stream right here for that section. I'm not in any hurry to play. It's not like I'm not fucking moist critical. I'm not exactly swimming in the viewers here. So it's not really much of a loss. I gotta wait for this thing to close out. It has some problems, closing out. In case you missed it. I doubt that. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I will close the stream out here. I will see everyone later. Well, actually, I probably won't see everyone later because there's nobody here, but, yeah. Take care.